We can't control the we're never gonna stop.
What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video. And in this video we will talk about Liverpool being the kings of Europe, European champions and European Super Cup final champions. And in this video we will talk about the lots of interesting and funny stories that Jurgen Klopp told the media after the cup final, and also what Virgil van Dijk said about winning the European Super Cup final. Jurgen Klopp now has 2 trophies as a Liverpool manager, and let me know in the comments below and also vote in the YouTube vote how many trophies will Liverpool win in this season. We already have the European Super Cup in our trophy cabinet. We lost the Community Shield final also on penalties, which was heartbreaking, but it's only the Community Shield. Out of all the trophies, it's probably the least significant, the least important one, the smallest one if you like. And we still have the the Club World Cup to play for, which Liverpool will be heavy favorites for. I think we have to beat a side from a different region in the semi-finals, and probably we will have to beat the winners of the Copa Libertadores in the final. But I think Liverpool will be heavy favorites, and it will probably be a little bit easier to win that trophy than winning the European Super Cup. I still have to give huge credit to Chelsea and to Frank Lampard for giving Liverpool as hard a game, and they were super motivated to win this European Super Cup. But it's not ideal for both teams to play 120 minutes in the heat and the humidity in Turkey, in Istanbul. But Istanbul, European final, Liverpool win on a penalty shootout. It's like a classic. It's a history in European football nowadays, and I'm just so happy and so relieved as well to finally win a cup final on penalties, because Jurgen Klopp lost quite a few cup finals on penalties. We lost to Man City in the League Cup final, we lost to Man City in the Community Shield final on penalties, and now finally we win a final on penalties. So I'm really happy about that. So let me know how many trophies will Liverpool win this season. I think we will win the Club World Cup as well, and I just hope that we win either the Premier League or the Champions League again, because that's the big one. We all want the Premier League title. But the game also had some warning signs. It looks like we don't have as much strength in depth that we thought we had, because Joe Gomez wasn't really up to scratch as a right back. Also, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think he has to go a long way, and he has to improve a lot if he is an adequate replacement for either Mane or Salah on the wing. At the moment, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain can't really play as a winger. So we have Origi basically and Shaqiri as our backup options, and they are both, not anywhere near as good as Mane and Firmino. And also, finally, we have a good backup goalkeeper, Adrian. I think he's much better than Mignolet. Yes, he made 1 or 2 slight little mistakes, but overall, he made some incredible saves, and the way that he saved the winning penalty was top class as well. And this is what Jurgen Klopp had to say about Adrian after the final whistle. When I spoke to Adrian the first time, it was clear that he would take time to get fit, but he has to be fit now, and he is. He had an incredible game, and both goalkeepers, Kepa and Adrian, made sensational saves. But with Adrian, it's a bit more surprising, because it was without pretty much any preparation. He has already shown me he's a proper personality in the dressing room as well. He was maybe even louder than me at halftime. He was really on his toes, and that helps us. Making the save from the penalty is the icing on the cake. I saw he even had time to grab his towel before celebrating, so he is obviously quick in mind. He has helped us a lot, and he can be really proud what we did tonight. And I think Adrian is a great character to have. It looks like that Spanish goalkeepers are great, and Adrian was as good as Kepa in the cup final. But if you consider that Kepa was a club record, sorry, a world record goalkeeper transfer fee. He cost even more than Alisson. I'm not saying that Adrian is as good as Kepa, but they are not that far apart in terms of quality. And if you consider that Kepa cost like 70 million pounds and Adrian cost zero money, no money to buy, we only have to pay him wages, then I think it is another brilliant transfer by Jurgen Klopp after signing Joao Matip on a free transfer, you know, getting Adrian in as a free transfer as well. It's a brilliant bit of business. And Jurgen Klopp was asked, will the players be able to touch the "This is Anfield" sign after winning 2 European trophies? By the way, Wijnaldum already posted about that on his Instagram, saying that after winning the Champions League, finally the players are allowed to touch the "This is Anfield" sign. This is what Jurgen Klopp had to say. Actually, we don't have time for that. We play on a Saturday again. We have to find a way to be ready for that game. After 90 minutes, I think when it was close to the final whistle, Frank Lampard asked me, where do you play and when do you play at the weekend? And I said, Southampton on Saturday. Congratulations. I just love Jurgen Klopp and his sense of humor. Nobody wanted extra time tonight. Chelsea played Leicester at home on Sunday, but they played last Sunday, so there was no advantage tonight. But for the next game, for both teams, it will be pretty tough, but we have to be ready again, and that's my present to the players to help them recover so that they are ready for the game. It was a big fight tonight, and I didn't know before the game how good it would be when you win it, but it's brilliant, it's really big. The atmosphere in the stadium was outstanding, and just my comment, like, it looked like 80% of the stadium was Liverpool fans. There was a small corner with Chelsea fans, but most of the stadium was all in red, and most of the fans, it seemed to be, are Liverpool fans. It just shows how big this Liverpool fan base is, really. And Jurgen Klopp also agrees, it showed us again how big this club is. Wherever we go, our supporters are already there. I don't know exactly how many fans were from Istanbul, but I can only say thank you, because it was just a brilliant atmosphere. We would have loved to bring our weather to Turkey for one day at least, because it was really intense, but now it's done. We came through and we won it. The boys feel really good. I feel really good. So everything is okay. And on being the first German manager to win the European Super Cup, and whether that will have an impact on other coaches from Germany, I didn't know that, and I never thought about things like that in my whole life. It's nice, there must be a first one, so I'm sure I'm not the last one. There is a lot of good coaches in Germany, and it's nice to be there, but I don't see myself as German really. I am German and I like that, and I see myself more as European, and I felt like that again tonight, that when we all have the same targets, we are so close to each other. In parts of life it looks like sometimes that we have different ideas, different targets, but as people we are all the same. We want all the same, and we have something so wonderful like loving Liverpool FC, that it shows that we could really be much closer together than we are in reality. So it's not about me winning it, it's about Liverpool winning it, and winning it for all the people who support us. And I can feel how much it meant to all these people, and that makes me really happy. And Jurgen Klopp, on what he said to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain when substituting him and his vital replacement Roberto Firmino, what he is to Liverpool tactically, this is what he said. I didn't say a lot to Ox. I don't think it was necessary. For Ox it was very important to have these minutes, these 45 minutes. It's a position he can play. He can play much better than he did tonight. But that's how it is, that after a long injury you have to find the rhythm, and in training it's already there. Now in the game he had good moments, but of course not enough for his quality. It was not about that. I knew it was a very, very intense game, so it was clear that we have to make that decision, because we didn't want to push him through. We want to give him the opportunity to perform, to shine if you want. In that position and the circumstances, it was obviously not as possible as we would have wished, but that's then my mistake and not his mistake, because I made the decision. And Bobby Firmino is pretty vital, but Sadio Mane can play that position as well. Divock Origi played in that position really well. They are all different, they all have different targets, different strengths, but I think for tonight, when the opponent kind of learns from the game and gets used to what you do, then it's important that you can make a change. And it was a big change because Bobby is different to all other players in this world, probably in that position, and it helped us a lot. For him, for Firmino, it was really, really intense. It was not the plan that he plays tonight around 80 minutes. Now he had to play. You saw it was hard for him. He had pretty much no preseason and played after 1 week. That was the problem for us a little bit. It's our third competitive game where we had to throw in everything to be on top of it after the preseason we had. We know that we have to improve a lot of things. A lot of things were good. We can play and we will play better football. But for tonight, it was only about winning, and we did. We found again a way to win the game, and that's big, really big. It feels incredibly big, and I'm really happy. So now for the story of our backup goalkeeper, Adrian. I don't know where Adrian was 2 weeks ago when we played Man City. When I spoke to him for the first time, he told me he had a goalie coach and stuff like this. It was clear he would need time to get fit, but he didn't have time, so he has to be fit now, and he was fit. Both goalies had an incredible game, but maybe from Adrian it's a bit more surprising without any preparation. And I don't know when he played the last game for West Ham, to be honest, so it's a while ago. Being ready like he was ready tonight is incredible. He's not only on the pitch a great person, he showed me already that he's a proper personality in the dressing room as well. He was maybe louder than I was at halftime. I was not loud because I wanted to give some informations, but he was really on his toes, and that was good. It's so important, it helps us, he deserves that. Of course, it's penalty shootouts. It's always lucky, but the performance over 120 minutes was incredible. Making the save for the penalty is the icing on the cake, and is wonderful. I saw now one time that he could really grab his towel before he started celebrating. That's special as well, so he's obviously quick in mind and knows what he wants to do. He helped us a lot, and he can be really proud of what he did tonight. I think that was like a lucky tower for Adrian, because he kept grabbing it during the penalty shootout and after the penalty shootout. And Jurgen Klopp on what it means to lift the European Super Cup. I asked after the game again, Milner and Henderson, how do people see it? I'm not long enough in the country and was never in that game before. They said, oh no, it's a proper trophy. It's on a wall at Melwood, so good. They have to draw it again to paint the wall at Melwood again, bring another number on the wall, 2019, and a picture of whatever. It's big. How I said, I didn't know before the game how big it will feel. Now I know it, and it's great. If I would again be in that game, which would be nice because it would mean you have won something before, I would now be more experienced. How I said, it's nice, really nice. But it's not about me. I don't only say that, I mean that. It's really about doing it for the people, for the Liverpool fans. From 4 opportunities in the last 3 months, we won 2. That's good. That's absolutely okay. Now let's carry on. Let's try to find a way to win on Saturday, and let's try to find a way in the game after. Southampton, Arsenal is coming up, and both will be incredibly difficult games for different reasons. I think the only team that celebrated more tonight than us is probably Southampton, when they saw 90 minutes, no decision, let them go again. But we will have to find a way, and we will find a way to be really uncomfortable at least. If we are uncomfortable for the opponent, we can find a way to win the game. I have a couple of hours to think about that, and that's what I will do after talking to the media. And now it's a very interesting part of the interview. He commented on the performance of the referees and the use of VAR. This is what he said. I told the ref team after the game that if we would have played like they whistled, we would have won 6-0. That was my absolute opinion. They played a brilliant game. I told her as well that I'm not happy with the penalty decision, because I'm still not sure that it was a penalty, but it's not important anymore. They were really good. Whatever you could have thought before the game, there was pressure on them like hell, with a historic moment being the first female referees to referee a major European final in the men's football game. Staying by yourself, staying calm, and do what you have to do, decide very important things in a very difficult and intense game. I couldn't have more respect, to be honest. It was really a brilliant performance. I spoke to the fourth official and about the late offside decisions. It's really difficult. I think really it's worth it to talk about again, because it's like they have to wait, and that's like how the protocol wants us to do it. But it's just difficult to judge a situation in a game. How can we see the player there? it's not possible. You would think it's not offside. I think there were a few situations when it was offside and they didn't whistle it, and then it was a corner. I'm not sure that's already the finished article. Hopefully not. We can't change that. Then we just have to get used to it. It feels strange in a lot of moments. If you think now about the game, you think they had chances here, but a lot of chances were from offside positions. Actually, we not only have to delete that from the official stats, we have to delete them as well from the personal stats, a shot here, a shot there, because you forget that it was a clear offside. It would be nice if they could talk about it again and have a proper look on it, and maybe they can go back to the good old offside decision, just that it's offside, flag up, go and let's play in the other right direction. And I think it's a very good point by Jurgen Klopp. It's strange that the officials let the passage of play just play out completely, even if it's a goal or a shot on target or something like that. And at the end of the whole situation, when the player, for example, Chelsea scored 2 goals, and the players thought it's a goal, even the fans thought it's a goal, I was devastated, and then the official puts her flag up and it's ruled out for a side. So I think it's interesting. And Van Dijk said this about the game: I think we started well. We put them under pressure. We had moments in the beginning. I think at times we lost the ball a little bit too easy and the gaps were too big, and Chelsea did well. They countered on us in a couple of moments and became dangerous. We had a couple of moments that were a bit lucky with the offside trap and stuff, but after the break we did very well. We came out and we showed what we all want to see, and then after that they had moments, we had moments as well. It could have gone any way. After all, it's all about a bit of luck in the penalty shootout. Jurgen Klopp's message at the interval, according to Van Dijk, was this, and I quote: "Keep the ball, play your game, push up, make the spaces as small as possible for them to play and put them under pressure." And that's what we did, Van Dijk revealed. It was difficult for Chelsea at times, and there are moments when they will come out, but that's part of the game as well. On Adrian's full debut for Liverpool, I mean, in his first start, he wins a European trophy. What a story for Adrian. This is what Van Dijk said. I'm very pleased for him. Very pleased. It's good for goalkeepers that they can put their mark on such a big game. I'm very happy for him and very happy for the club as well. And Owen Hargreaves, the pundit who is working for Sky Sports or BT Sport, I'm not sure, he actually said that if Alisson is out for more than 4 weeks, that will really negatively impact Liverpool's title charge. This is what he said. That's not a good one. That injury, what happened to Alisson, that's going to take some time to heal. It just goes to kick it, he just feels it, he looks back, he thinks somebody's thrown something from the crowd, because it just had a popping sound. It doesn't look good. If he's out for 6 weeks, that could change the title race, or will change the title race. It looks like a muscle injury, and I just hope it's 3 weeks and rather than 6 weeks. If it's 3 weeks, Liverpool are still in the race. Yeah, I think at 6 that could change the title race. He's that good, Alisson. He's great. He keeps you in a game. He's a good shot stopper. I don't think he gets enough credit for the saves that he makes, and his feet are exceptional as well. I would agree if we didn't sign Adrian. I would agree if Lonergan or an 18-year-old kid had to play in goal for like 6 weeks for Liverpool. I would agree that it would change the title race. But Adrian is a very, very good goalkeeper. He was West Ham's first choice goalkeeper for 5 straight seasons in the Premier League. You don't play for a club like West Ham for 5 straight seasons unless you are a decent, good goalkeeper. So I think there is hope that Adrian, maybe not as good as Alisson, but at least he hopefully will make some saves, and then when Alisson comes back, hopefully Liverpool will still be in a very strong position. The good news is that apart from the Arsenal game, we don't really have an incredibly difficult game until Alisson comes back from his injury, so let's hope that he heals as quickly as he can. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.